again, friends, and you are our friends. You're tuning in live. It is Friday night, and you are seeing Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall, but we're not in the booth this Friday. The fall broadcast season for Heart of Ohio Sports is done for the high school coverage area, and we're enjoying some of these regional semifinals on the big screen here at the Studio Squared here for Heart of Ohio Sports. I'm Tommy Hall, and you're tuning into a special edition of Last Call with Tommy Hall, as it's an after-hours podcast for after-hours people. And, man, what a weekend we got for you right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Again, you're tuning in to Last Call, but this weekend we got a big announcement. Our fall coverage may be done for the high school broadcast season, and we are bringing you high school basketball this winter as well, covering all the local teams, and we got some big matchups starting in week 1 of the high school basketball season. I think
December 2nd.
December 2nd. So it's going to creep up on us before we know it.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get some turkey and go into a turkey coma and wake up, and it'll be basketball season. But
that's right.
Once again, fans, we're going to try to expand our coverage this season into basketball as we did with baseball, football, and now you're going to see the inaugural season of high school basketball for Heart of Ohio Sports. We did tease you during the tournament play with Heart of Ohio Sports basketball, but man, this year is going to blow that out of the water. So not only are we covering boys varsity basketball, we will also be bringing you girls varsity basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Six
girls games, 14 boys games.
Oh wow! So
20 game schedule.
So
including a boys-girls Calvert doubleheader.
Man, woohoo! So again, keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be launching that schedule. But another thing that we're launching right here at Heart of Ohio Sports, like we talked about, our fall broadcasting schedule is still going because this weekend, our Salute to Veterans, we have a fall brawl on our hands this Saturday, November 12th, live from Fairhaven Hall at the Richland County Fairgrounds out of Mansfield, Ohio, as Heart of Ohio Sports and BCM Promotions bring you Fight Night 11, United We Fight live. And, man, like I said, live MMA right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, paywall free. So, again, you can just tune in right around 7 o'clock as we'll get you ready for all the big matchups. I think 7 p.m. is the bell time, so we'll try to start a little bit earlier, whet your appetite for, again, our huge MMA event this Veterans Day weekend. And, Nate, I'm super excited. We got to be introduced to BCM Promotions back in August to kick off our Heart of Ohio Sports season with the Route 30 Rumble Fight Night 10. And now we're back at it once again, hitting the road over to Fairhaven Hall, and I couldn't be more excited as we got some huge title matchups. We got huge main events, and I looked over this card. It's a who's who. There ain't no just jamokes on the card.
A couple of barn burners on there.
Absolutely,
huh?
And to kind of set the stage for us, we got a special guest here on the Last Call with Tommy Hall. We got Tim Fairbanks, the matchmaker extraordinaire, that's bringing this all together to you. Tim, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing well, man. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing just peachy. We kind of just chomping at the bit, excited. It's kind of hard to sleep the night before a big event, and again, so we're bringing this special sneak peek, this free for all,
whatever you want to call it.
And Tim, during this free for all, what can the folks expect out of BCM Promotions this weekend for Fight Night 11, United We Fight?
Well, I mean, first of all, we like to put on the best show possible. I know every organization says that, but we try to bring the best, and we try to make even matchups. And sometimes it doesn't work in our favor, but sometimes it does. And on this card, we have 18 amazing fights. We have some debuts, and we have some guys that are literally ready to go pro with a victory. So we have everything in between, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We have top ranked guys in the Midwest. We have top ranked guys in the state. We have guys that are just making that walk for the first time. It's going to be exciting.
Oh man, and that first time walk, what a big stage that must be for the fighters, because I've seen some of the turnouts that you guys have had for past events, and what a beautiful venue you guys have booked for this occasion. So once again, this Saturday night, Fairhaven Hall, We still got some tickets left. What can you tell us? Where can fans get that at?
I mean, you can contact your favorite fighter if you're on social media. I would rather, honestly, you go through your favorite fighter. That way they get credit and maybe they can get a little bit of money in their pocket. But if not, and if you're just a fan and you're not connected to anybody at all, then you can go to bcmpromotions.info and you can go there for the ticket link, or you can get them at the door. I believe if you get the tickets ahead of time, they're $30. If you get them at the door, they go to $35. But if you have somebody that you know that's selling tickets, buy them off them for sure.
I wouldn't suggest waiting until you go to the door.
No, because I mean, like I said, you have
this is pretty close to selling out, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's very close. I mean, when you have guys like Zane Finley, who will sell out the whole place by himself, and you got Nick Walls, who's a favorite down in Mansfield, training with Cody Stevens, who's a staple down there. You got guys that are highly ranked in MMA and in the state of Ohio, like Daryl Booker, who's the number 1 ranked light heavyweight in Ohio. He's number 1 ranked in Kentucky. He's in the top 10 in the Midwest.
Wow.
Also Alonzo Turner, who's facing Nick Walls. He's ranked number 1 in the division in 170. And not only that, he's ranked number 2 in the division in all the Midwest as well. So we have top-notch guys fighting on this card.
We're excited for it.
Yeah, so you get a little bit of you get sprinkled in everything when you go to these type of events, because you got, like you talked about, Tim, you got guys making their debuts, making that walk for the first time, and then you get to see some technical masterpieces. Mm-hmm. You get to see some knockouts. You get a little buffet of everything, a brutal buffet, if you will. They're at
those are the best type of buffets, the brutal ones.
The brutal ones.
Carnage buffets.
But I mean, we have a lot of different your guys' first show that you did with us, you got to see the knockout live, and your reaction was amazing with Nathan Cole. Nathan Cole hit that big right hand and put down Tristan Epling, and he's going to be fighting on the card. He's making his second walk, and he's fighting against a gentleman by the name of Nico Odor. He fought for us before in one of the best amateur MMA bouts I've ever seen. I mean, it was UFC quality fight against Sam Vigmani. So those two going at it, you have the big right hand versus the well-rounded fighter. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch that one.
Well, what's great about these events live is, I've been to a few. Route 30 Rumble, that was our first time broadcasting one. Mm-hmm. But you just can't beat the ambiance. You can't beat the atmosphere or the electricity in the building. And one of those things I noticed on this card, you got a couple hog mollies lined up, including that big heavyweight title fight, the main event of Fight Night 11. I tell you what, when those big guys get in the cage and they start throwing their weight around, I mean, you're sitting right there cage side.
It's like you almost feel it.
Yeah, you feel everything in the building. So
there's nothing more terrifying than being front row and they're on the cage right in front of you, and you're like, please, dear God, hold that cage.
The very first time I was at an event when I did photography, and the heavyweights got in there for the main event. I was sitting cage side, and all of a sudden, when they bucked up against that cage, I was thinking the same thing. Please don't collapse on me. It was terrifying. But yeah, I mean, the two big guys fighting for the title. The heavyweight champion for BCM, he beat Vester Harris at the event you guys were at. Will Baxter, he's our defending champion in that division. But this is for the light heavyweight championship. He's going for champ status. Oh, okay. So the first time that's ever been done. And for BCM, if he gets the victory, he will be the double division champion, much like Conor McGregor and other greats did in the UFC. But he's got a tall order ahead of him with Daryl Booker. Like I said, a highly ranked guy in the division in the state of Ohio.
And man, like we talked about, what an event that's going to be, as Tim just put it, double champ status, pretty much unifying the titles, the undisputed champion of BCM Promotions, and we can't wait to be on the call for that one. Well, Tim, again, I know you said you had to kind of get to work and, be up late and, drag yourself out of bed tomorrow to get ready for the fight. So
there's no bed, my friend. I'm going to work here in about a half hour. and then I'm going to work all night through. I have to. I'm done at 6:30 in the morning, and then I have to come home, get my bag ready, get all my microphone stuff and all my other stuff ready in case anything goes on. Because sometimes I do some little interviews in between just for my own self. But not only that, but I have to pick up an assistant of mine and a friend of mine. Then I have to pick up one of the fighters who needs a ride to the weigh-ins because he lives over an hour away. So I'm making sure he's getting to the weigh-ins myself. So
That's
there's no
dedication
sleep,
right there.
There's no sleep tomorrow, my friend.
Yeah, it's an unenviable task being a promoter, booker, matchmaker. I mean, you guys put in a lot of work behind the scenes, and everyone definitely deserves to see the product you guys put on. So get your tickets once again. Tim, where can you find those tickets?
Yeah, like I said, you can contact your fighter on the card if you're on social media. Do that first and foremost if you can. If not, go to bcmpromotions.info and they will have the ticket links there. If not, then you buy them at the door and it's $5 more. I believe it'll be $35 at the door.
Get on it.
Well, Tim, again, we want to thank you very much for your time and joining us for this special edition, this free-for-all right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll let you get at it. And don't forget, you can catch BCM Promotions Fight Night 11 United We Fight right here live on Heart of Ohio Sports. Bell time at 7 p.m. We're going to go live a little earlier than that and kind of whet your appetite and set the stage for you. So, Tim, I'll see you then, buddy.
Oh, you know what? Maybe tomorrow I can jump on when you guys are doing some live over there, and we'll talk there. You guys will see me all day tomorrow. No problem.
Looking forward to it. Tim
right,
Fairbanks,
much love, guys. Thank you.
BCM Promotions.
All right,
again.
thanks, Tim.
And again, another guest, that we just so happened to run into as he's going to be making his way over somewhere else, but Ian Redline Rommel.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Exactly.
It's been a minute.
We were talking about covering MMA. I couldn't think of a better guest with local ties than Ian Rommel here, who is a longtime friend. Met you back at the Berg
years ago.
And when you were one of the Tin Gym veterans. So, going through that grueling camp, Ian focuses attention over to MMA. So what can you tell us about those days and what these fighters might be going through mentally, getting prepared for these fights?
So, the biggest thing is your camp leading up to a fight. Your nutrition is number one. If you got a crappy nutrition or a crappy diet, you're not going to be training well. So you want to eat well, and you want to have good training partners.
So you mean you can't order Reno's at 9:00 after a football game?
What? I mean, no, we got to eat well.
Aren't exactly a good diet.
You want to write that down after the weigh-ins and after the fight on food you want to eat. You want to eat that later.
Well, but you skip the spinach on it every time.
Sometimes.
So yeah, you're gonna have to ex-nay on the Reno's for your camp.
All right, fair enough.
But the night before, the biggest thing is making sure your weight's on point, because as amateurs you weigh in the day of. So you want to go to bed at least 1 to 2 pounds then weight, because the next morning you're weighing in, and then it's a long period of just waiting around before the fights. So just mentally getting prepared for it. The day of the fight, that's the biggest thing, because you're just waiting around, and the anticipation, the nerves, and the excitement's just building up. You just got to learn to control your emotions, and just kind of just chill.
And when you perform in front of an audience, I know it's night and day, but you climb into a ring of any sorts. I know from experience, no matter how hard you condition, your nerves get to you. It controls your breathing. You almost forget to breathe sometimes. So, my question would be this. We got this huge event, Fairhaven Hall, this weekend at the Richland County Fairgrounds. Beautiful venue, but, man, you've competed in about the biggest venues you can. I remember you had that little Bellator run. Is that what it was with?
I fought for Strikeforce, a nationwide arena, and I did a stint with Bellator there. The main thing is, like you said, no matter how well conditioned you are, you're always going to be, trying to catch your breath. You just got to rely on your training, muscle memory. That's why it's so important to drill over and over and over, and get those repetitions in. That way, when you do get tired, like you're saying, your muscles just take over, and it's just reaction.
Now, here's one thing we keep talking about having a good camp. Here's one of the things that little inside baseball, if you will, a little tidbit of information for people around the Tiffin area, again, that are interested in MMA or trying to get into training. That if you go into amateur athletics as a kid, like wrestling, let's say, once you go to high school, you might get to go to college. You get to be that 5% that get that privilege and, work to get to that next level. But after college, unless you're going to the Olympics, it's pretty much done. You lose that avenue.
Yep.
And I know that you got local ties here with Calvert Wrestling, getting those numbers up. But once wrestling ends and you want to try to focus your attentions towards, something else in the mixed martial arts world, you can train in MMA. A lot of people don't know, though, where to find that at. Right here in Tiffin, I'm telling you, my friend Ian, I got to see you just opened up I know Audra's been bugging me about going down there. And I'm like, those days
get down there. We'll get you in shape.
So go ahead and discuss with us exactly what you've opened up and what your new business venture here in town is.
Yeah, so I've partnered up with Grit over at Bodyworks. We now have Grit MMA in the upstairs room where you can train MMA. And if training MMA is not your style, but you want something new to do to get in shape, we do a cardio MMA class, which is, punching, kicking with a circuit that's involved in there. But yeah, if you have any interest in training MMA or competing in MMA, I started this up 2 months ago. We got a good group of guys that are coming in. We're looking to build upon that. And I'd love to start coaching guys in the corner. I have a lot of experience. I've fought in Bellator. I've fought in Strikeforce. I have multiple matches against guys who are currently in the UFC. So I have a lot of experience to offer, and I just want to give that back. So if you have any interest, go to Facebook, go like our page, Grit MMA. Hit us up on there if you have any questions. But yeah, we'd love to invite more people in. So I appreciate you bringing that up.
No, man, people don't understand how privileged they are to be in a community like this where, pretty much anything you could shake a stick at or want to get involved with, there's a wealth of experience, a wealth of knowledge right here in their hometown. And, you talk about a guy who's walked the walk, talked the talk, done it, been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Again, we might have a little graze. Bit more graze.
That T-shirt doesn't fit anymore.
Yeah, that too. But it's like I always say when we talk
He'll still squeeze into it, though.
we reminisce
the belly
about
shirt going.
Is that your daughter's shirt, Tommy?
We like to reminisce about our athletic days.
Absolutely,
and,
man.
The older I get, the better I was. So, I just want to thank you. I know you got some buddies to go reminisce with and enjoy your very short little amount of free time that you get. So I appreciate you coming on with us.
No,
man.
appreciate
If people did want to hook up and get in touch with you, how would they go about that? Like, would they stop by? Would you want them to stop by this?
You can stop by. The easiest way would be to send a message on Facebook through our Facebook page. We do only have 3 classes currently a week. That's Monday 7 to 8:30 is the MMA class. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday 7 to 8:30, and then the cardio MMA is 6 to 7.
Now, is that like an all ages thing?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's going to be 18 years or older.
Right.
Currently coaching with wrestling. Wrestling season just started today. So after wrestling season, I am looking to add more classes to the week. So stay tuned. There might be maybe a kids class or a youth class that might come from that.
Cool.
Now, can I fight the kids?
I mean, if their parents are willing to sign a waiver, yeah.
Tommy, all right, so question. If you had to fight waves of 10th graders.
10th grade.
Or, I'm sorry, 10th graders. No, sorry, 5th graders. And then every 10 5th graders, you had to fight a 10th grader. How many waves do you think you could get through?
He's asking you, Tommy.
Do I get a weapon?
Nope.
That just bare knuckle?
This is just you.
What about book bags? Can you pick up their book bags?
How many
You can pick them up and use them as weapons. I mean,
how many 5th graders are there?
5th graders sometimes can be pretty big. So
I mean, like how many of
there's
them are?
10. So it could be up to 10 before that 10th grader comes in.
So they're coming in waves of
I think I get
Waves
to
of
the third.
10.
I think I can get to the 3rd wave easy before I gas out.
Are these 5th graders hopped up on sugar?
Ah, that's a good question.
Aren't all fifth graders?
I don't know very many fifth graders that aren't.
I think we would give them each can of soda about 10 minutes prior to the fight and see how that works out. But yeah, I'd say 3 waves.
3 waves.
Knock down 2 10th graders.
All right. That's solid.
I'll give that to you.
How about you, Ian?
We talking in my prime or now?
Right
Because
now.
I get winded pretty quickly.
I think we all do. That's it's kind of the point of the question. You know?
Right. I can't give an honest answer to that. You know, am I getting 10 fifth graders who haven't hit puberty yet, or am I getting 10 fifth graders who
fifth
they
graders,
started?
you never know.
You never know.
It's kind of
Why don't you just have like a post-traumatic moment thinking about like swim class at the Y when you got in 6th grade and see some of the kids that had the hairy armpits, and you'd be like, man, when am I going to get those?
Right?
What is going on? And then, but what's crazy about that, I'm not going to name names. I can think about those early sprouters, and they bald as a cue ball right now. So, I'm working that way. I got the wavy hair going. It's all waving goodbye.
it's waving goodbye.
But
hey, man, I really, once again, I appreciate your time.
Hey,
I just wanted to.
Not a problem, man. Anytime you guys need to do any more shows like this, or maybe you want to talk about UFC, just reach out.
Yeah, actually, we do a sports gambling podcast every Wednesday night, the Over Under podcast, and then we do like a fantasy football focus on Sunday mornings. But on Wednesdays, those guys talk about all kinds of stuff, and UFC is usually one of their prime subjects. So
Nice.
maybe they could have you hop on a show or something.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
sports gambling comes to Ohio January, and we're going to be in on the ground floor.
That's right. Oh, yeah,
Nice.
for
Very
sure.
exciting.
We're ready to go for that. All right. Well, once again, Ian, thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for
Appreciate your
having
time.
Thanks a lot, Red Line.
me on. All right.
Red line. I haven't heard that in forever.
I haven't. It's been a long time. I have a bunch of shirts that I've been going through. None of them fit.
Yeah.
So.
Tommy feels your pain on that one as well.
Well, to be fair, my shirts have never fit. So I'm still going strong all these years.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
Yep. Take care. Yep. Thanks again. Nice to meet you.
But, man, what a hell of a weekend we got on our hands there, Nathan.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to watch you guys go to work. I'm going to let you guys take the reins on this one. I think you guys are going to have some fun. And, yeah, I think Joey and Aaron are really going to – this is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're stoked.
Yeah.
It's all – and Greggy, again, Greggy was really wanting to get in on this too and flex his muscles a little bit. So I appreciate all the hard work you put in getting this thing ready together, because this stuff doesn't happen overnight, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to be tuned in to a nice example of what Heart of Ohio Sports is able to continuously improve upon and expand with our coverage as we go into MMA right for now and see where that leads into the future. But, man, basketball coming up. I mean, we covered just about everything here on Heart of Ohio Sports, and it's been a while since you and I just been able to chew the fat and talk some trash. So how you been, buddy?
Oh, just
Do I have
busy.
to-
Busy as hell.
Do I have to say 3-6? Or are we 3-5?
We're 3-5.
3-5?
We're 3-5.
You know who's
Got the
3
Dolphins coming up.
Packers are 3-6.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dolphins, is that this Sunday?
Dolphins coming up this Sunday.
So I don't get to tune into the Over Under podcast as much as I should. Greggy, you're on that every week. Are the Dolphins the real deal? I know for a second there they lost 3 straight, and then they got back to their winning ways. But
They named them the real deal when they still had Tua, and then Tua went down, and then they did their thing, and then Tua came back, and I think they're holding strong again there. Ever since he came back, they're still in the real deal pile. So
Yeah. And they are the real deal. Like, Dolphins are legit.
I think this,
Tyreek Hill is on pace for over 2,000 yards receiving. If he keeps the pace up that he's on, he will obliterate the single-season receiving record as far as yardage. It's ridiculous. In his first season with Miami. And it's crazy to me when I watch the Dolphins because Mike McDaniels, the dude's a genius. Their new coach, offensive genius. Tua, last year, when you watched him, he was consistently forcing the ball into coverage, right? It was either double coverage or triple coverage. He threw a lot of picks last year. This year, I think he's got 15 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. most of the time when you watch these highlights, he's throwing to wide open receivers. He didn't do that last year. It's because the offensive system is creating mismatches for him and creating these wide open receivers for him to just, oh, that's the guy. Obviously, that's the guy I should throw to. Easy. I mean,
you always bring my worst fears to life because I was sitting there thinking, all right, probably one of the healthiest Brown squads that we're going to put on the field this week as we get some returners. But that secondary, it's
well, you got Denzel coming back, but Greedy is still greedy, and they just don't look very good, man. Like in the secondary, and here's the thing. Can we stop with the shell, the soft, the prevent, the bull, the cloud sky coverages? Quarterbacks are way too good for this shit. Way too good. You're not in the day of, well, if you play, keep everything in front of you, they're still going to find mismatches. They're still going to find those guys 10, 15, 20 yards downfield, especially now you got quarterbacks who can make things happen. And they buy time in the pocket. They roll out. And by the time they roll out, their receivers break off their routes. They find holes in the coverage. How many times do you see that happen to the Browns?
all the time.
Every time it gets to the third or fourth quarter and they have a double-digit lead, I'm like, gosh, here we go. Here comes the prevent defense. Here comes the shell. And it never fails. That's Joe Wood's favorite thing to do. So that's why I'm kind of nervous about this Sunday, because if they get up at all, it's going to make me nervous. Like if they get up by double digits at any point in the game, it'll make me nervous because Miami will just start chucking the ball, and that secondary is atrocious.
So in some respects, I got to part of the reason why this whole fight night thing got put together, I actually was at First Energy Stadium for that Browns and Bengals matchup.
How was that?
Oh, man. I can't tell you the last time there wasn't a negative feeling in the air, because here's the thing. Normally when I get a chance to go to a Browns game, it's people unloading tickets during a disappointing season. And I kind of did the math on it and the science behind it, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, how do you go to 30 games and only see them win once? And I was like, thinking that kind of contributes to it. Those unloaded seasons, the cold games, the games nobody wants to go to. But here we have a division rivalry game, and in some respects, a lot of people said that the Browns saved their season by beating the Bengals on Monday night. In a certain respect, I mean, you still got some work ahead of you to do before we play the Texans and get Deshaun back.
I think they got to win 2 out of their next 3, and it's going to be a tall task because you got the Dolphins, you got the Bills next week, and then you got the Buccaneers after that. So you have to win 2 out of those next 3. That's the question. Are you going to catch a break with Josh Allen not being active next week?
Now, what is this? Is he having like the Tommy Johns?
Oh, that's scary. I'm telling you right now. So he came because
I know
it might just be a sprain. Because
I know
that's why they're saying he's day to day.
Yeah, I know your throwing mechanics are a lot different for football than it is for baseball. They were talking about Tommy John surgery.
They said it's that ulnar collateral ligament, and with that, he came forward on a pass, and when he came forward, he hit a guy, and his arm was still coming forward, and it still came through his contact and came through. The next time he threw a ball, he grabbed his arm. Ooh, yeah, that hurt, and started flexing his hand, and that, they say, is the exact same tendon that when a pitcher, it's the exact same thing that happened to Big Ben. The second to last year that he, when he got hurt his arm, same exact injury. But Josh Allen's a lot younger. They don't think it's a tear. They think it's just a sprain. So they think that he should be able to play this year, but the timetable is really iffy right now.
You know what? You don't want to play arm brace Josh Allen, though. Remember last time he had the arm brace on? Tearing it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think with this Browns team, they've got a lot of question marks.
I think we'll beat the Dolphins. I honestly do. I think what happens is our offense, if we did what we did against the Bengals and implement that run, that keep Tua off the field. I think we could put together sustainable drives and we can win this one. I'm thinking 20. Here's every time we score more than 20 points, I get scared because if they allow the opponents to score, I'm like, all right, this is where we peter out. It's done. You know what I mean? And I don't think the offense. I mean, I don't think the Dolphins are built to go that distance defensively. I think we're both. It's a mere matchup because again, I think they shit the bed defensively. They allow too many quick points, but Tua, instant offense.
Yeah,
man.
I think Tua definitely can put up the points. That's what's dangerous about him. But if we can utilize the run game, we can keep the ball and keep it out of their hands.
That's a
keep
big
the score
if,
low.
You got to expect.
We got to expect the defense that showed up against the Bears to show up for us.
And you also have to, in that situation, the Browns have to be winning in order for that offense to show up. If they go down at all in the beginning of the game, Stefanski starts thinking about being the smartest guy in the room and stops remembering that he has a Pro Bowl running back. And I mean, he forgets that he has Nick Chubb on the team. I swear.
That's such a good point.
Like when they get down early, it's like you see a completely different game plan, a completely different coach. But when they have the lead, or at least is a close game early, it's like it's beautiful. You watch this great game plan and the execution and the way he takes advantage of mismatches and motion and deception and all this stuff. It's great. He does a great job of it, but he has to be playing with a lead or playing like a close game. They get down more than one score. It's not fun to watch. It really isn't, because they start forcing things. They start calling boneheaded plays. Then you get tight end sweeps for David Njoku and
got to get off to the right start. Win the coin toss.
When I watched Brissett not pull off that QB sneak that he's notorious for, I forget what situation they did that on during that game against the Bengals. It was like a 3rd and 2 or something like that. They decided to try that sneak and they got crushed in the backfield. And I was getting ready to come out of the stands. I was hot.
Well, what really made me hot was the play that they scored on. Right before they snapped the ball, they split out Jacoby Brissett as a wide receiver, and they have Nick Chubb standing by himself in the backfield. And I'm like, why? You do realize that's your backup quarterback. You're one hit away from Josh Dobbs. And I know there's Browns fans out there that are clamoring for Josh Dobbs, but I'm sorry, but there's a big downgrade from Jacoby Brissett to Josh Dobbs. You guys forget when he was tearing it up in the preseason, he's playing against scrubs that are no longer playing in the NFL anymore. So just remember that. All those scrubs that he tore up, those guys that were tearing his jersey, those guys are trying out for the XFL right now. So
hey,
I'm just saying.
Your quarterback last year got benched for an XFL quarterback this year. Bench.
He did.
PJ Walker.
He did. PJ. That's not my quarterback. Not my quarterback.
Oh, my gosh. Has there ever been a bigger drop-off for an
Good
athlete?
Lord.
Like,
number 1 pick to headbutting guys without a helmet.
Oh, my God.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
God.
I defended that man to the death. To the death.
I watched that video this morning. I'm like, what in the hell was he doing?
I got so many arguments with all y'all. Baker was the guy.
Phone books.
All right. There's no denying that.
Okay, that was after you'd had your fill.
Oh, man. I can't wait to see 6'4", 240-pound quarterback.
Being able to run.
Yeah.
With a 4.5?
A
4.5 40?
I just want
at a quarterback position.
I just want to crush the Texans so bad.
Oh, okay. So that's
this
the
league up
fun.
their ass.
That's the fun stuff. The next 3 games are hard, but then after those 3 games, who you got? Texans. What happens in the Texans game?
Crush them.
Well, the Texans are getting crushed, but what happens?
Dude,
you get
Deshaun
number 4.
Watson comes back.
You get number 4, baby.
Dude, he's gonna light it up.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm done with all the bullshit. It's behind us now. I'm ready for football. I want to watch the guy play football, and I'm excited.
So we got
so excited.
So we got
been playing with him on Madden, and oh my God.
And then Tampa Tom.
Whew.
And then who else before Texans? What's the third I'm missing?
That's it. You got for the next 3, You got the Dolphins, and then you got the Bills, and then you got the Buccaneers. Then after that, you got the Texans, and that's when Deshaun
I think
comes
we
back.
win 2 out of those 3.
If you win 2 out of those 3, and you give Deshaun the keys,
Talking playoff.
and you're 5-6.
Talking playoff, Brown.
If you're 5-6,
Talking playoff, Brown.
do you think they got a chance, Greggy? I love it. I love it. Yes, yes.
What is the situation there? Why did he have eye paint on? Was he actually in the game?
He thought he was going to get in.
Maybe he was
my
playing,
God.
maybe he
There
was
is
playing
nothing
scout defense
worse
again.
than the guy that puts the eye paint on that's not gonna see a damn down.
Oh,
It's like, are you
man.
keeping the sun out of your
Oh,
eyes?
his
or what?
mascara was running. He must have been crying.
Gosh. I'm sorry, Bake, but
Oh, man.
what happened?
What happened, Bake?
What happened?
For real, I was always a Baker fan, man. I wanted good things for him.
I Boomer Sooner, baby.
Yeah.
I've watched dude like tear it up for years.
Yeah,
He's a
Tommy-
Heisman.
Yeah, Tommy was a
Heisman
Baker.
Trophy winner.
He was a Baker fan before Cleveland ever picked him for
Oh,
sure.
Yeah.
Planting the flag right on OSU's.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right in the middle.
And that's, I'll tell you, for the small segment of Browns fans, and there was a small segment of Browns fans that could not stand Baker Mayfield when they drafted him, that's why. Because he did that.
Yeah.
Because he planted that flag.
Everybody's so salty.
Everybody,
Dude.
you remember how salty people
Oh, my
were?
God.
Buckeye fans were so salty.
Dude,
remember when they played the? Oh God, I hated this. Do you remember when they played the 49ers? And everybody was, Nick Bosa
yeah.
swinging that flag.
Yeah,
playing
oh
in the
my
ground.
God.
Oh my God, Buckeye fans about orgasm
You
themselves
talk
when they
about
watched.
fucking. You talk
They were
about.
like, oh my God, yes.
You
Nick
talk about
Bosa,
petty
thank
shit.
You so much. You saved us.
You talk about petty shit.
Payback.
Like that was like when
Jeez,
Bosa
man.
did that. Oh my gosh. I
But
lost all
to
the
me,
respect
it's
for
like-
him that we gained for
Dude.
him in Canes that day, Greggy.
Yeah. Bro, I loved when they made that like remixed video of like DX with Baker Mayfield like grabbing his crotch and like
What video?
You remember that video?
No.
Yes, you do. Oh
What
my God.
video?
Don't
I
make me
love how
have to try to
Tommy
look it
plays
up.
dumb about shit.
Give me
DX video.
What video? You're gonna have to pull that up.
Yeah. I don't remember no DX video. But
That's so funny.
God, man,
Oh,
why can't I just love Ohio State like I used to? I should never move down to Columbus when I got to be around them, around the fans.
I loved Ohio State with there was a time in my life when Buckeye football was everything to me. Like I lived for Saturdays, and it's just not the same for me anymore. I don't know why. It hasn't been the same for a while, and I know exactly why. My hopes and dreams were crushed in 2007 when Ohio State lost to Florida in the national championship game. Because for one, I wanted the rematch with Michigan in the national championship because we beat Michigan. They were the number 2 team. We beat them by 3 points, or the Buckeyes beat them by 3 points. So I wanted that rematch in the national championship game. Rightfully, the Gators got that match. They beat the Buckeyes. They proved they were the best team in the country that year. I'm not denying that. But Urban Meyer's punk ass was the one that beat him. And to me, when he took over Ohio State, I could never get over that. Ever.
Either.
I could never get over the fact that smug face was on the sideline when my beloved Buckeyes were getting their asses handed to them in the national championship game, getting embarrassed after Ted Ginn ran back the opening kickoff for a touchdown and hurt himself. And then Troy Smith went on a buffet tour after winning the Heisman, put on 20 pounds in between the Michigan game and the national championship game. And I'm just saying. I'm just saying there was a lot at play in that game, but all I remember was Urban Meyer's smug face and them winning that championship and me having to live with that. Because that team, I thought, was the team of destiny. I thought that was the best team in college football. They were 12 or 10-0, 11-0, whatever. I thought they were the best team ever. And they get beat like that. I mean, spanked, like manhandled. I could never get over that.
Okay.
And then
They
got Urban Meyer.
They ousted poor Jimmy, class act, and they brought in Urban Meyer to class up the joint.
You
had such
replace
contributions
sweater
as-
vest Jim
as Aaron
Tressel.
Hernandez, some of these other favorable characters are Urban. charge of. Oh, is this the
There it is.
Yeah.
Break it down.
Yes.
That was our man. That's the guy. That was the guy a year ago. That guy made Big Ben cry on a bench like a baby ass.
Now, hold on. Can we dispel that for just a second? The idea that guy is the reason why the Steelers lost. You know damn well they were down 7. The Steelers were down 7-0 before he ever saw the field. They got 5 turnovers in that game from that defense that day.
And they still came within 10 points at the end.
That's what I'm saying. I can't give him all the credit for beating the Steelers, but I will say he was the quarterback when we beat the Steelers. Yes, you're right. So.
What a statement. He was the quarterback when we beat the Steelers.
I'm not giving him credit for shit.
But the mindset
He
that we
didn't do shit.
Not that he didn't do shit. But the mindset we had as Browns fans going into the 2021 campaign, it's Super Bowl,
That was
Bubba.
yeah. I think every Browns fan can agree that after 2020, when you were that close to beating the Kansas City Chiefs,
Don't you?
that close,
I don't even want to talk
you
about
were
that.
Chad Henne away from beating
3rd and
the Kansas
14,
City
3rd and
Chiefs.
12 when he convert.
And you were going into that offseason going, you know what? That's okay. Because you know what? We
No,
got,
it was
we got a
not
really young
okay.
team. We got Odell coming back. We got all this positivity, all this momentum. We're going to roll. This team's going to be so good. We're going to go to the Super Bowl. And then 2021 happened, and
Oh, Landry, he's having himself a bake show year down in New Orleans.
God, that makes me so sad, though.
what, that he's been hurt all year?
Just that, like, I actually liked Landry, and I actually liked Baker when he was on the team, and, like, neither one of them are having, like,
None of them
great
liked
success.
each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody liked anybody on that team. Where is that?
Dude, did you guys
There's no
see...
leader.
Hold on. Did
Can
you
we,
guys...
like, for real, we've talked about this, right, Greg? There's no leader in that locker room. The coach is not a leader.
Well, he is, but
There's-
but he's not allowed in the building.
No, he's allowed in now, isn't he?
He's in the building now.
Just not.
He's in the building
parts.
now.
Just not certain parts.
Deshaun, what are you doing wandering over here? Down the hall, pal.
Deshaun,
Oh, man,
Deshaun, you know the rules.
I was just hanging out. Just walking down the
It says here you got a massage yesterday. Did you get that approved?
Yeah, of course.
Did you make sure that was the right massage therapist?
You can't walk down the hallways.
gotta
Gotta
be
women's
approved.
bathrooms.
It's just wrong. It's wrong.
off-season conditioning, including one-on-one basketball with Mia Khalifa.
God.
No.
But we were talking about them guys not liking each other back in the OBJ and Baker and Jarvis days. Like, did you guys see? I'm pretty sure it was a real tweet. I kind of looked to confirm, but I'm pretty sure it was real that that Sir Yacht had tweeted and he said, "OBJ, don't respond to me if you're gonna sign with the Browns." And he just like tweeted something back to him like, "Hey man," or something like that, just to dispel that rumor from even being close to being true.
He's like, yeah, that ain't happening.
He's
Get
like,
out
yeah.
of here.
He's like, this might get me a reply from OBJ. Hey, if you're gonna sign with the blonde, that Sir Yacht.
Oh, I thought he said that certain yacht. I was thinking about the,
Yeah, you
the
know.
yacht they took the picture of the Giants receiving.
No,
for.
that doesn't have a Twitter.
Sir yacht. That's what you're talking about.
Yes,
I'm sure he's out drinking some Lake Erie water somewhere or something. This is real influencer talk here, pal.
None of that West Virginia water.
Uh-oh.
No, just that Lake Erie water.
If the Dolphins beat the Browns, I'll eat a plate of sushi with some hot wasabi on it. Oh, man. I'm making enemies everywhere. While we're at it, I don't like the pumpkin head guy either. Oh, I sat beside
man.
Macho Man at the game.
Oh, the Macho.
Yeah,
Browns
Macho
fan?
Man's Browns. It was a mark.
Oh, he's a
I
mark.
was like, whatever, dude. Like, you didn't even have the Intercontinental title strap with you that you usually have. Like, what's wrong with you? Monday Night Football, you ain't even got the fucking,
You ain't even got your shit
you ain't
together.
got the gimmick, bro.
Come on, man.
But yeah,
Oh,
like, I
listen to
looked
you.
over and I was
Listen
like,
to you who showed up with a scary baby mask. You're like, I can't believe this guy didn't bring
know what
every
you're
goddamn
talking
thing in
about.
existence.
We couldn't figure out what the hell that was. We were trying to figure out, oh, it's the Browns elf? What the hell?
No, I don't think that was Opie.
baby ghost.
Baby ghost.
We all thought it was the Browns elf. We were like, oh, that's Brownie the elf. No, that's totally not Brownie the elf.
It's just fat drunk guy in the stands with a baby ghost mask on. Now I do have to give a shout out
Okay,
to
shout out.
my father-in-law and
Shout out, no shout out.
Schittsburg Steeler fan Jim Cox, who gifted
Is
me.
that, that's the one that you yelled, fuck you, into the phone too during a Browns game, wasn't it?
Yeah, when they kicked our ass at First Energy. Yeah,
We should have bags on our heads.
I don't know what
The
you're talking
famous
about,
Tommy Rand.
but the he gifted me for Christmas last year a Cleveland Browns flask.
yeah.
I was like, all right, where would I? You know, when you get those type of gifts, you're like, where would I use something like that? You know, and it just sits there and collects dust. When I was getting ready to go to the game, I thought to myself, well, I'm gonna open this thing up and just check it out and see what it looks like. I took it out and very, very, very light. It wasn't made out of metal. It had a leather little casing on it. Nice flask. I'm like, this is made to take into the stadium. So I was sitting there
That's beautiful.
in the stand, and you go through those metal detectors. I mean, I'm not advocating that.
But, well, I'm not, would never
I mean,
advocate that.
what a nice little gift that was. So thank you, Jim. And I enjoyed just beating the Steelers' ass this year, too.
Look at that.
So, as again, we're not in the booth calling football this Friday, but regional semifinal matchup. Padua Franciscan, who was the team we covered on our last call, up 35-7.
That's a final.
That's a final. 35-7 over Norton.
So Padua Franciscan will play for the regional championship. I think they're going to play probably Holy Name. We'll see.
Holy name.
Holy Name?
I would just call out Spectrum for a minute and let them know that
Yeah, they are.
your
Holy Name beat
graphics
Mansfield 17-16.
your graphics are garbage compared to the Wizard.
Oh, good Lord.
For real, bro.
There's nothing that compares to the Wizard. They're running box cast compared to the Wizard. Come on now.
There's no running clock, no
Like,
nothing.
there's no clock. There's no down and distance. Come on now. You would at least think they'd have the down and distance, Greg. Come on.
Right? I mean, who doesn't have that?
Who doesn't have the down and distance?
Well, they
on
got
their
the weather in
scoreboard?
Fostoria right now.
Medina and Menor. Is that where it's at? No, that's at Fostoria.
No, giving us the weather.
Oh, the weather.
Weather down in
The
the
little
corner.
weather ticker.
But yeah, this is what your streaming money's getting you, folks.
That's crazy. I mean, I'm not even trying to knock it either. I just looked out there at it, and yeah, that's crazy how
I am.
basic and
This
plain.
is
Just
last call
podcast.
with Tommy Hall. This is no
Punches
no
pulled.
yeah, no holds barred. Like, you know, eventually these probably get erased from the internet.
Where are they playing this game at? I said Tigers on the
Oh, that looks
goalpost.
like
That'd be Medina or no? Or wait, no, they're at
They're,
neutral site.
it's
huh?
Mentor Medina be a neutral site.
oh, that's a nice stadium.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really nice stadium
Wow.
there. Tigers.
I already missed football. I can't believe football season's over.
Yeah. It's
Like, what a
crazy.
crazy like
It's crazy.
it was like here's the playoff.
Gibsonburg plays Antwerp tomorrow. That's the only team in this area that is still in action. We didn't want to cover that game just because, one, it's a haul, folks. I mean, that is a haul. You're talking about an hour and a half drive just to get there.
I'm a
And-
haul.
I was gonna say not that kind of haul.
Nah, come on now. Now, that's a load.
No, he's a
Load.
load.
I'm a load.
So you're a haul and he's a load, huh?
I never put that together. What the hell? What?
Son of a bitch.
Damn it.
Took somebody almost 40 years to come up with that.
God damn it. Don't age us.
Oh, that's so good. That's so funny. Oh, that was good. Hey, if nobody else thinks we're funny, I think we're funny.
Nobody has any clue what we're talking about.
You got like 2 viewers now.
Apparently, that game's being played at the Twinsburg Tiger Stadium.
A Twinsburg
What are
Tigers,
those
huh?
uniforms? Green and blue? Ugh.
Yep. Green and blue.
Blue helmets, green jerseys.
So next week you'll have Holy Name and Padua Franciscan playing for the Region 10 championship. Pretty crazy. I don't think anybody would have had Padua Franciscan playing for the regional championship, but I think the Bruins fans had a pretty good idea.
I tell you
what
what,
they were dealing with.
them Bruins,
They were tough. That one kid, that defensive end,
I don't understand
Jesse
how.
Hayes,
Oh gosh,
6'7". Woo-hoo.
man!
Good
I
Lord.
just you talk about playing a game 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
That the end of our 2022 playoff campaign is just one of those things where, as George Strait would say, I'd like to have that one back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Because
you're not the only
Padua
one.
Franciscan just beat Norton 35-7.
35-7.
They had to let Colombian last week shoot themselves in the foot, just completely play one of their worst games of the season.
Columbia turned the ball over 4 times in that game.
to get past the Tornadoes.
And the Bruins turned the ball over 0, and they just barely beat them by 4 points. What does that tell you? I mean, that
Minute
tells
30,
me
First
that,
and goal,
first and goal
from the
6, minute and 30 left. That tells me I don't think the Bruins really beat the Tornadoes. I think the Tornadoes beat the Tornadoes.
Oh, for
Like, that's just
it is.
how it is.
I mean, again,
playoff football. So, I mean, it's not a kind beast. Let's just be honest.
yeah, and hindsight is, is what
2020.
it is, but it's just one of those things where screeching halt to the 2022
Yeah.
season for us, and now we're just chomping at the bit to get back to basketball season and more great action. But Browns this Sunday against the Dolphins.
Brownies, Dolphins. That's in Miami, correct?
Yeah, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's in Miami.
So that means they're probably going to make the Browns wear their brown uniforms. And they're probably going to make them, because the visitor sideline is in the sun. It's a 1:00 game.
Oh, don't start that Vikings BS.
That's what they did.
Where they had the temperature was like.
Bro, it's like 30 degrees hotter on the other sideline. That's crazy.
They didn't engineer it that way.
Yeah, I bet they didn't. I bet they didn't.
Everything's a damn conspiracy for everything.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Nate.
What's that?
I just looked up, I went on the Cleveland Browns Facebook page to see if they posted their uniform.
Uh-huh.
And the game day threads are white pants, brown tops.
Uh-huh. Told you. I bet Miami's uniforms are all white. What's the weather going to be looking like? 85?
Let's find out.
Weather, Miami on Sunday. 85, sunny. No, I don't even know.
I thought you really looked it up that fast. I was like, God damn.
I didn't even look.
That's funny.
Oh, sheesh.
Let's see what the weather's going to be like. Miami, 85. We're going to find out for real, bro.
Sunday, 84 and sunny.
Oh, no. Yep. That's funny.
Right around noon is the high. Yep.
Somebody give the Farmer's Almanac here credit for predicting it would be 85 and sunny in Miami.
Oh, my God.
Damn it. Could have just asked my grandma. This was vacation time. Oh. So what's your prediction, final score Sunday? What you got, Greggy? We'll go you first. On the spot. Pressure.
31-21 Browns.
You're ever the optimist.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy, what you got?
Gonna be like 21-17, something like that. close one. I don't think there's going to be an explosion of points. But I think, man, maybe that's what I want to happen. I'll go 28-21 Browns.
Okay.
I don't know. When I went into First Energy Stadium and, everyone thought that Burrow was just going to, run it into us. I sat there and I thought back. I was like, you know what? These kitty cats can't beat the Browns for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I had more confidence in that game than I ever did watching a Browns game in my life for some reason. I was just like, yeah, we're winning this one. Here we go. There wasn't 1 minute I was like, we're going to shit the bed. But for some reason, this Miami game, I feel like there's like a what would you call that? Like not karma, but there's like a vibe or something in the atmosphere when the media starts getting on teams. Like, look at the Packers that we talked about, and then look at that slide that the Dolphins took. That messes with you, man. Like, how the one guy that has not bought into the hype is Jalen Hurts for the Eagles.
Jeez.
Guy's like, I was 8-0 before.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chip. You know what I mean? I was undefeated before. I didn't get a chip. When we get it done, we'll get it done. And I think that kind of, whether you want to be a believer in karma or those type of the cosmos or any of that type of stuff, I give credence to that type of stuff. I really do. Like, you don't buy into your own hype. You don't, you just go out there and take care of business, and that's what it seems seemingly the whole Eagles organization is like that. But everyone else is a mess. Look at the Colts. Look at the Commanders. Look at all these teams that carry bad vibes, bad press, and look how their seasons are going.
Yeah.
And then look at teams like the Jets that are continuing to roll because they're riding that momentum. They're riding that karmic wave. Like, geez, Pete.
Jets got a good defense. That's why they're rolling right now. That defense is dominating right now. Like, they're top 10 in every category pretty much.
Yeah, and this is just, like, how does that stuff happen?
And now you're seeing a resurgence in the run game now. Like, all of a sudden, teams are running the ball more than they ever have. I thought I saw a stat the other day now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, I'm pretty sure over the first 8 games, this is the most cumulative rushing yards since, like, 1989 or something.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's wild to me that you're seeing this resurgence now in the run game. And there's so much leading into this season. There was so much glam and glitz around the wide receiver position. You remember? Everybody's talking about
the Rams and how that,
and Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Cooper Kupp and all these wide receivers are going to be the rage of the NFL. You don't hear any of their names right now. You're hearing guys like Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen making a name for himself. Stephon Diggs is still one of the top receivers in the NFL. You couldn't find a QB to save your life in the last couple years. Yeah.
As far as, like, top, the Mahomes and the Allen and these guys that are leaving the Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady's behind them. I mean, you're watching it right in front of you. I don't care what anyone says.
Are you watching the demise of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady?
You're watching the demise of your last generation of football that you kind of.
Isn't it crazy that there's like 7 years difference between them and you're watching them both deteriorate at the exact same time?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Because, Brady's 45, Rodgers is 37.
Yeah.
That's an 8-year difference there, and they're both going down at the same time. That's weird. I blame ayahuasca.
No. We don't blame ayahuasca on this show. There's plenty of other reasons to blame ayahuasca on this show, but Aaron Rodgers' decline is not one of them.
Oh, no. Devontae Adams, I think, is a big reason why the Packers are what they are.
Because he's killing it in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, isn't he, though? Mm-hmm.
So
Josh McDaniels is killing it in Las Vegas, isn't he? Ooh. Sorry, Timmy. I know if you're watching this, Raiders fans are probably about to jump off the I-80 bridge right now.
But yeah, a down week for Miami. I'm calling it now.
All right.
Just a down week for them.
So that's your score prediction, 28-21?
Yeah, we're going to sneak one on the road.
I'm going to be optimistic because I've been negative for a long time with this team. I'm going to try to be optimistic. I'm trying to change my viewpoint on this team right now because I want to be optimistic. You got Deshaun Watson coming back in 3 weeks. That's when you're supposed to be excited about this team, right? That's when we were supposed to be excited about the season. Well, I got to start getting excited now. You got 3 of the toughest games on your schedule right here. It's got to start here with a big statement win. 34-24 Browns.
Here's the thing.
34-24 Browns. Let's go Browns. Let's go Browns.
Here's the thing is we're sitting here with the season held on by a string, and it's same old Browns, same old whatnot. But every game that we've lost, I mean, this very well could have been a 6-2, 7-1 squad coming out. Seriously, in my heart of hearts, getting
if Bill Belichick is the coach of
getting,
this team, what's their record right now?
I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's too much different.
I don't know. There was a couple games there where Stefanski really kind of.
Oh, you're talking about down in the clutch those.
There was a few
those
games where
checkers not chess or those chess not checkers moments.
I'm just saying, like that Chargers game where Brisket threw the pick at the
Should
end
have
of the
beat
game.
that. Should have beat them.
Should have beat
Should
them.
have beat the Jets.
Should have beat the Jets.
Should have beat the Ravens.
Should have beat
And the
the
Ravens,
Ravens.
everyone's hopping on them right now and being like, oh, yeah, Ravens, let's go. Dude,
There's
you're
multiple
trash.
games
They're
where
trash.
You had a win, and you literally snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Like, I don't know what's going on in Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's still the best team in the AFC North. Besides the Browns, but they're the Ravens aren't it. The Steelers aren't
You and I
it.
will never have respect for the Ravens, ever.
No, I'm not.
I think that they are a...
They're bums.
Okay, so...
You couldn't even sneak past. You could barely.
What they're
sneak past
trying to do
Cleveland.
right now with this whole running their quarterback 1,000 times and this weird offense from 1945,
The Ravens are imploding from within right now. It's just not.
I really
public.
think that if they lose Lamar they played chicken with Lamar Jackson, their own quarterback, in the offseason on a contract. On a guy who literally could go down at any moment and be done for his career. And they just decided, no, we'll just let this ride until the end of the season. This is a team that's already been burned by this once by Joe Flacco. The exact same scenario happened to Joe Flacco. He decided, nah, I'm not going to take your low ball offer. I'm going to bet on myself. Then he goes and leads the Ravens to a Super Bowl, and then they had to re-sign him to this huge contract, overpaid him by probably $40 million more than they would have if they'd have just signed him the year before. I think you're going to see the same thing. I don't know if he's going to win a Super Bowl, but he probably is in line to win another MVP.
I mean, Joe Flacco beat you this year. The more things change.
I'm just saying, I think this is one of those situations with Lamar where he's going to end up playing himself out of Baltimore. And when they don't have Lamar Jackson, are they going to keep running this joke of an offense without him? You can't. You gotta at some point you have to take the NFL seriously and be like, all right, I guess we got to play like the rest of the teams in the NFL are playing, because they are literally playing football in 1940. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like that
You
offense
sound like
that they
such
run,
a bitter old man right now.
it's just
I was waiting for Greggy to cue up the old leather helmet football clip where it's like,
He just fucking hates the Ravens so much.
I hate the Ravens.
He's like, these
so
motherfuckers
much.
are playing stupid football.
And I will dog them for everything. Anything I get a chance for, I will dog them for. Their purple-ass uniforms. They got purple. Who the hell likes purple in a uniform? What the hell?
it's amazing that.
They got a dumbass bird on the side of their helmet? What the hell?
I mean, it's
Who
like
the hell names their team after a bird?
it's like an eyelash away between my hatred for the Steelers and the Ravens. But I think you and I are on opposite ends when it's like your hatred for the Ravens exceeds
All other teams
for
in
the
sports.
Steelers, and for some reason, like
All other teams
I
in
hate
sports.
Pittsburgh more than any team that's ever been in any incarnation on the field. Like
Yeah.
I can't stand Pittsburgh, can't stand the fans. I think the Ravens are nothing but a glorified expansion ass team that has no history. So I don't even like consider them nothing.
No, it's funny because I have friends who are Steelers fans. I have friends who are Ravens fans, but I can't stand Steelers fans or Ravens fans. It's not that I can't stand my friends who are Steelers fans or Ravens fans, but the majority, the general consensus of Ravens fans, I cannot stand Ravens fans. Consensus of Steelers fans, I cannot stand Steelers fans. But I have a lot of friends who I respect and love and like a lot that are Steelers fans, and I don't hate them and I don't despise them, and we get along just fine.
I think it's a collective. It's kind of like if you went into a
sorry, I stereotype all Steelers fans. Sorry.
Yeah, if you went into a family reunion or something in Alabama and you went to where first cousins meet, I mean, that's kind of like talking to Steelers fans.
That's right.
That's what happens when first cousins meet. It's what happens when your parents are related. Like they all have stinky, cigarette smelly, black and gold starter pullover jackets that are all ripped to shit, still counting on their glory days, getting their court, when they grew up during the Cordell Stewart era.
They got the pocket duct taped on.
Not the ripped up
pocket taped on.
Not the ripped up starter jacket with duct
ripped
tape on the
up ass
pocket.
starter jacket. It's got Pall Mall tobacco.
Stains on it, like
not
nicotine
stains, but like the little pieces of loose tobacco all through the pocket too. So when they're digging through their pockets for their fucking ticket at the game, they got some loosies falling out. Fucking stinking up the
tobacco
joint.
in the pocket, no.
Yeah, tobacco in the pocket.
They reach in and grab you a cough drop, and it's got tobacco all over it. Like,
Kleenex has been used way too many times. It's not really a Kleenex, it's just a Wendy's napkin. And it's like, I could go on about the Steeler fans as a collective, but I don't want to make any more enemies than what I already have. Please stop.
No!
I want to see what he's about to...
Austin, are you liking this? You got to be loving this.
Give you a little Kirk Cousins. You like that?
You like that?
You like that?
Oh, that's so funny.
Now, how much will people pay me on a GoFundMe to reenact the Kirk Cousins airplane dance with the?
Oh, you couldn't do it better than Shefty.
Oh gosh, what is he got?
Uncle
Dad. Uncle Dad.
Steeler fans be like, I'm from Ohio, but Uncle Dad was a Steeler. That is also on point. That's so on point that it's like,
It's
like,
too good.
It's like the Lady Madonna.
The Lady Madonna.
It's like encapsulates everything so perfect. Oh. Well, Nate, I don't know how much.
There's a reason the Steelers don't have cheerleaders? Yeah, it's Big Ben.
Oh, God. No. Stop reading that stuff.
Oh, he ran them all off. There's your Steelers starter jacket right there.
Just Google Steelers fan. They'll probably have it on.
Just Google. Just Google Steelers fan, yes.
You didn't type in Steelers fan.
He's even got Wranglers on.
And that's what came up. Tell me I'm lying, people. No, Uncle Dad. Tell me I'm lying.
That looks like Pittsburgh Dad right there.
Google Steelers fan, and this is what you'll come up with. I'm not wrong. I once thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken.
Let's see. Ah! Yeah, he's even got Wranglers on and everything.
That's just a nice clean version before it gets all dirty and nicotine stained and has duct tape on the pockets and stuff.
He's got tobacco in the pockets.
from Roll Your Own
From
cigarettes.
Roll Your Owns. No!
Yeah.
Not Roll Your Owns.
But yeah, forever to hell with the Steelers. Again, your last Super Bowl can get its driver's license now, so shut up.
Ooh.
No, we sitting at none.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Now
Tommy.
here's what I want to. It seems like, life flashes
Our last
before your
championship's
eyes,
in a
like, just-
retirement home.
Yeah, so quickly. Would you have traded it all to have the season that the Bengals did last year and still come away empty-handed?
No. 'Cause
How would that
it's
sit
not-
with you as a Browns
It's
fan
not
this
good
year?
enough. It's not good
How would
enough
you-
to just make it. To me, I don't want to just.
So how
make
would
it.
you have felt sitting as a Bengals
If
fan?
we make it and we don't win it, I'm going to be devastated. Like I really would have been if that was me as a Browns fan and that was my team, and like they made it all the way to the Super Bowl and lost the way they lost. Because I mean, the Bengals had the game won at the end, and the Rams stole it from them at the end. I mean,
Yeah.
think about that. If you remember, you go back, they were in the lead in the fourth quarter. The Rams had to come back and win that game. If that happened to the Browns, I would still be heartbroken. You would still hear me with a somber tone in my voice talking about the Browns.
I don't even think I would have watched football this year.
Oh,
Like,
and then to
seriously,
see
like-
him
Tommy,
this year.
I found you a good Steelers jacket here. It's really funny and hilarious.
Oh my god!
That sounds like a Steelers
Hey,
jacket.
that's with a Jeff Dunham. So I mean, that's definitely a Steelers fans jersey because that's the last. 2008 was the last time that was relative too. Relevant. I kill you. Like, come on. What was that? What was that? A puppet terrorist?
Come on.
What was that, a puppet terrorist?
Like that was the gimmick. That's what got. That's what won
that's what
America's
got
Got
over?
Talent.
That's what got you over? I think there's nothing else that we can say here, Tommy. We've beat this dead horse about as long as we can beat it.
Well, to close this episode out, I want the Baker Mayfield Degeneration X to play us out one more time.
Hold on.
Hey, and you know what I want? I want him headbutting guys in the background.
Oh my god! All right, give me a minute.
But man, what a season!
I just want to hear the DX music with him headbutting guys in the handshake line.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, that's so good. What goes through his head? Like, for real? What do you think he's thinking? Do you think he is thinking?
Here's my honest opinion: if I was an NFL player and I got the bag, I wouldn't give a damn about anything else.
Yeah, but
afterwards.
if you're
Like,
on this guy's team, you got to be thinking like, God, this guy just,
yeah, that's why the Browns got rid of him.
exactly.
Like, could you imagine being like,
Like, could you imagine being a teammate of his and he's coming up to you in the handshake line, headbutting you without a helmet on? Like, what are you doing, bro?
"Oh, that's a real thing"?
yeah. Look,
I thought he only did it to like one other player
he
on
did
the
it
side.
to like all of them.
Shut the hell up! This
No.
is not a real video.
Yes, it's a real. It's happened last
And-
night. Look,
and
watch,
he's not even-
Watch. There's guys that are like trying to avoid it. Like, whoa.
Was he
dude, what are you
playing?
doing? No, he didn't play at all last night. Look at it. That guy was
What?
like, "What the hell?"
That's cringe. That's not something that's happened.
I know. It's the most cringe thing I've ever seen. Look at it. Look at him. What is he even doing?
What the hell? This is not real.
Oh yeah, it's definitely real.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, he's too much, man. He's too much.
The wizard here, he is giving Nate exactly what he wants.
You give me like 2 minutes and I'll be done with this.
That's why we call him the wizard,
That's what I
folks.
say to my wife.
I'm telling you.
I say to my wife.
No! No!
Hey, I said it was After Hours podcast for After Hours people.
That's so funny.
Oh, look, Tommy, barbecue on Sunday? B&E barbecue on Sunday?
Oh man, no free plugs.
Billy Alford? You see me doing some barbecue on Sunday? Mm.
Man, this stuff, this cue does look good. Really good.
Yeah. He uses that MST dry rub on his stuff.
New
Yep,
Albany
that's
beats
what I'm doing for dinner on Sunday.
up early.
You heard
We've
me,
had a
Billy?
couple
Send me
times.
some mac and cheese, please. I didn't put a pre-order in. I just now saw. Oh shit. Oh, so what's next on the merch top? What are we cooking up next for merch here?
I made a Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction play T-shirt.
What?
Greggy was mean to me about it.
No.
No, I just didn't do anything with it because our season came to a screeching halt before I could sell any of the T-shirts. I was like, yeah. I mean, football sells all year long. So
Oh, for sure.
that's something that would definitely get printed up. But we do have.
I thought about something that would be kind of cool. Would be to like do color schemes with just our text, like the Heart of Ohio Sports text from the logo, like that right there. See that text? Just get that on a shirt right here on a pocket, and then just do it in different colorways. Like we do it in the Colombian colorway, we do it in the Calvert colorway, we do it in whatever school, or Browns or whatever. That way we can kind of be more, I don't know, team specific without having to create a shirt for every team. You know what I mean?
What are you giggling about?
I think we should be good to go whenever you.
Oh, guys.
Oh, yes.
All right, so
Let's do this.
once again,
Did you see how long that took? 2 minutes. Come on, that's awesome.
closing time.
You got that?
Hey, look.
And
watch,
he's not even-
Watch. There's guys that are like trying to avoid it. Like, whoa.
Was he playing?
Oh my God. Oh, it's perfect. Look at it. I was like, what the hell?
Listen, that's cringe. That's not something that's happening.
I know. It's the most cringe thing I've ever seen. Look at him. Yeah.
And he's not even.
There's guys that are like trying to avoid it. Like, whoa.
Was he playing?
It's just Subway on
Played all
loop,
that.
son.
Look
Just
at it.
keep going.
I was like, what the hell?
That's cringe. That's not something that's happening.
I know. It's the
Sorry,
most cringe
but
thing I've ever seen.
I'm one of the most irritating
him.
humans on the planet. And he's not even
There's
on
guys
loop
that are
for
like trying to
hours.
avoid it. Like, whoa.
Was he
What are you
playing?
doing? Oh, and it's like, oh, he didn't play at all. Look at it. I was like, what the hell?
That's cringe. That's not something that's happening.
I know. It's the most cringe thing I've ever seen. Look at it. Look at him.
And he's not even.
There's guys that are like trying to avoid it.
Last call. Was he playing? Hey, why'd you stop
No,
it?
he didn't play at all last night. Look at it. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, that's cringe. That's not something that's happening.
I know. It's the most
think
cringe
so.
thing I've ever seen. Look at it.
So until
Look
next
at
time.
Hey, look.
And he's not even.
That was fun, right?
If you
Those
ain't
guys that
down
are,
with
like, trying
that,
to avoid it.
we got
Like, whoa.
2
Was he
words for you. Last
Oh,
call.
he didn't play at all. Look at it. I was like, what the hell?
Play us out, Greggy. That's cringe. That's not something that's happening.
I know. It's the most cringe thing I've ever seen. Look at it. Look at